All right. Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of the Kingdom of the Kael Isles. As this is one of my custom D&D games, the first one, as a matter of fact, and the people below you have the wrong names right now because we're missing one player. He's running slightly late, so I may just very quickly switch some names around here. And we'll move him back once Fade gets here. That would be the wrong one. Sorry. Hold, please. There we go. So things will get a little bit weird for a little bit, and then we'll fix everything. So, yeah. So to kind of get us back into the game, these guys are back from the Feywild, and after meeting up with a resistance and finding out that the Kael Isles have been taken over by lots and lots of dragons, they've started forming kind of a resistance to take back at least enough of the Kael Isles to take over the portal to the Shadowfell, so they could eventually get to the Elysium and reinstate the Dark Lady to her godhood. Most recently, these guys are heading towards the southern wilderness part of Kael Isle, the largest island, looking for Avok's friend Solonier and her wood elves, who apparently have pledged themselves to an emerald dragon. They've been looking around, and they've found, oh yeah, just a little meddling in divine affairs. It's it's Tuesday. They've they've been finding that the forest they're looking through not only has regular trees that they're used to, but also these trees that seem to be made out of some form of crystal or gem. And that's where we ended last week. So let's jump back in. So last week you guys had just started kind of exploring this Emerald Forest and going through, and I believe you guys took a rest, right?
Long rest, or
we are in the mansion. Yes, we took a long rest.
Yep.
You all wake up to the sounds of food being made by spectral servants and fluffy beds and all that fun stuff.
So I imagine we have the seating area for food and everything in a joint space between our rooms, so we'll probably land there, meet there for breakfast.
Yep, Avok walks out of his room, goes right to the food. Okay.
Fade seems surprisingly quiet and will probably remain that way for at least a few minutes.
Yes. So, what's our plan for the day? How are we going to find them?
Well, I prepared scrying today, so hopefully she Hopefully this work out.
Is that like a location type spell or something?
Mm-hmm. Hopefully it should be able to find her.
Well,
And
there's something.
Well, that'll be useful. Okay. So what do we do if she's there, but she's trapped or something in some way? Like, what's our plan? How do we go in?
Oh,
not thought that far ahead.
I don't think we can go in loudly, but we'll never be as subtle as they are. Remind me, the Emerald Dragons, what's their specialty? Because I know we established this last game and I just can't remember off the top of my head.
Thunder.
Yeah, they use
No, I like...
sound and they
Was it secrets or something?
yeah they
Okay.
they like their privacy and like secrets and traps and things like that.
Okay.
what you thinking?
Well, they like secrets. They like staying to themselves. I imagine that's why they work well with the what else? Hidden things. We're never going to be better at that than them, or an Emerald Dragon. So I don't know. Maybe it makes sense to go in honestly and have a plan for a speedy escape if necessary. Because I worry if we go in Mikata as Wind again and we get stuck, we have no way back out. I don't know.
Yeah, this all seems simple in my head. I mean, yeah.
Well, Rebecca, I imagine you've had more fighting experience than I have. Any, I don't know, tactics that have rubbed off on you?
I mean,
Enemy camps?
well, I mean, reconnaissance is one thing, except we don't know where their camp is.
But we might. We might if Kata can scry.
True. Yeah. I mean,
why don't... Sorry, go ahead.
I was kind of banking on the fact that Saul knows me, so at worst, she'll shoot a few arrows at us, and then all's forgiven.
That's assuming she's in a position of power and still in charge. And I would bet the dragon's the one in charge right now.
Okay, I guess, sure. But, I mean, I haven't seen said dragon pop out, so maybe he keeps to himself. So that's the...
They like privacy.
Right, yeah, so what dragon don't know doesn't hurt us?
Well, it also likes its secrets, so I imagine that it has a way of figuring these sorts of things out. But we'll never know until we try. So maybe we finish that and then we go outside and Katu tries scrying. And if it doesn't work, we can come back in and try to figure something else out. But at the start.
Yeah, I suppose so. I mean, I'm fine with just waltzing in there, but that's me.
maybe let's see what we can find first. Let's see if scrying works.
All right.
Let's hope so.
Alright. Since we finish breakfast, I'll leave the mansion up until we're actually ready to leave, but we'll go step outside.
Oh. Yep. That's good stuff. All right. Well, you guys do what you do. I'm gonna go back to my room and work this food off. So, have fun.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna go down to the door and peek out first to make sure we haven't had any unexpected visitors in the night.
I'll go out with her.
Yeah, so just peeking first, make sure there's nobody just there or creatures.
Because Kata is concerned if they see Willow, remembering last time, they would probably not trust her.
Yeah, no. Solomia did not like me, no. But just opening the door crack like you do when you're trying to look out. So anything out there?
Yeah, I'll take a peek.
Okay. So you look out and you see the familiar forest you saw the night before when you turned in. Nothing seems out of the ordinary from a casual glance.
Okay. Then I will go out with Willow and leave the door visible while we're outside it, but we know where it is.
Okay. Avok, do you go outside too?
No, I went back to my room to work out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just the two of us.
Doing morning squats.
So Kata and Willow are outside. I'm assuming, Kata, you start your scrying ritual?
Yes, I do.
So Willow, you watch as Kata. Kata, do you have Druidcraft?
No, I do not.
Okay.
But Willow, you do, don't you?
Nope.
So you watch as Kata just kind of goes out, and you see her just start going to trees and bushes and just picking what seems kind of like random things. She picks some twigs from this one, some berries from this one, some leaves from this one. You don't really understand exactly what she's doing at first. And then she just goes to the center of the clearing outside the mansion. And you see her start arranging these things and kind of drawing in the dirt and everything. And eventually she's got this kind of circle of twigs and with berries, and to you it seems like random spots. And then in the middle she's created kind of this flat surface with the waxy sides of the leaves. So she takes her focus out, and you see her start concentrating. You see the berries themselves start to glow a little bit, and then you watch as Kata opens her eyes, and her eyes are glowing the same color as the berries as she looks down onto this thing. Kata, what specifically are you trying to scry?
I'm trying to find Sonia.
Okay.
She needs to. Knowledge would be firsthand, right?
Yep.
Not quite familiar enough with her. And connection would be lightness.
Well, you've lived with her for a while.
Yeah, you you know Solonier
You know her.
pretty well,
Yeah.
as well as you would know anyone outside your party. So
Okay. So she needs to make a wisdom saving throw -2.
what's your DC?
18.
So as you're sitting there focusing, you open your eyes, and the kind of bed of leaves you created in the center of this, to you, is no longer there. You're looking through it. You're looking through, and as you sit there, you actually see the entirety of the forest as if you're miles in the air looking down. And you slowly start coming closer, and you see a single tree that you've kind of focused on. You follow the tree into the ground, and you follow its root system, and you travel to other trees and bushes, and just kind of traveling through the plants and natural wildlife there. And eventually you come to a place where it looks like kind of a cave or something similar to that has been dug out by a means you're not familiar with. And as you start going in there and kind of following trails of moss and mushrooms and things like that, the further in you start to feel this just slight kind of twinge behind your left eye. As you go further, it starts getting more and more irritating. Not really painful, just noticeable. And as you keep going through, suddenly you get this overwhelming vision in front of you where you just see this massive dragon that roars in your direction, and then you're back with Willow.
What happened? You okay?
Think I am. Dragons seem to block me, but no.
Roll a wisdom save for me, Kata.
Okay. I'm pretty good. 18 plus, like. It's 27.
Okay. So as you sit there and you're kind of recovering from it, you can feel this kind of icy hand kind of grasping your heart. You can feel the fear of the dragon itself starting to slowly kind of take over your faculties, but you shake it off.
Let's go back inside.
Okay.
And I kind of usher her back in. The dragon blocked that. I don't like that.
But I know they're underground.
Okay. So they're definitely in the dragon's lair because they built this underground. Cool. Mm-hmm. Do you know where? Do you have any idea?
I don't think I would know the exact direction, would I?
Because of how your spell kind of worked, you think you could make your way there if you followed basically this scrying path you took.
Okay.
But you don't know offhand. You have to follow the same path, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Okay. Well, that's more than we had before. But Do you think the dragon knows now?
Oh, yeah.
He sort of blocked you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Alright, then we may as well just go. What else are we gonna do?
Nothing
We should go
like
tell
the
them.
bad guys knowing you're coming.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's great. So I imagine we head back upstairs. Tell the guys.
You knock on my door? Yeah, the lock opens up, and if you look past them, you notice the room's a bit trashed up. What's up?
So,
Might have found the lead.
Okay.
positives, scrying worked. Negatives, the dragon knows.
Whatever. I don't fucking care if it knows or not at this point.
Okay. Cool. We have no plan. Great. Okay, cool. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give you a fucking plan.
What was that? Sorry, cut out.
Sorry. You expect me to give you a fucking plan?
Uh,
And Will turns around to go knock on Faye's door.
Fade opens the door.
I'm
Waves.
gonna head outside.
mm,
Give him the same spiel and. So, are we going to miss there, Kata? Do you think you could direct us that way? Do we want to save that for later? I don't know.
would that help at all?
You technically go faster, but you think even just traveling normally, you're only about an hour to an hour and a half out from it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's not waste it.
Yeah.
Let's save that.
Let not waste it.
No, definitely not. Alright. Cool. Well, then I guess we just, Kata, you can show us the way that you kind of saw. We'll avoid any of the crystal trees. As much as we can. And try and go quietly. Any suggestions?
Let's just go.
Alright. Do you wanna...
Right, so
Okay.
as you all step out of the mansion, Willow, you close the door behind you, and then you all start kind of walking, following Kata's memory. Kata, go ahead and roll me a survival check.
Okay. Survival. I'm gonna screw this up. That's not bad. Is that a 10? Yeah. 19.
Right. So you going from memory and kind of just
Actually, that's a 16.
okay. So
25. Sorry.
even better. So going from memory and kind of following nature in general, you begin leading them through, and you feel pretty good about yourself as you're going through. Like, you feel confident, you know where you're going, and then suddenly, almost out of nowhere, you stop, and ahead of you is a rock formation with a big hole in it that's kind of slanting downwards.
Oh, look, it's a cave.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder where that leads.
Nope.
Oh boy.
We're just going in.
Avok just walks in.
Okay. So Evok, as you go in, it is relatively dark. There are no lights that you can currently see.
Well, Kata, you guys got light stuff to help out here.
I think Fade has light.
If Fate has a light spell, he casts it on.
Yeah.
Do you want to hold the light, or do you want Fade to, Evok?
Right. Fade, you can cast. Just cast on just
So he casts light on his gauntlet. As
That
you
works.
look, as you look, you see that you immediately are at a T intersection.
We get
Look.
another.
No, I got it.
We have a click. Hello.
Hi.
I cast light.
good timing.
So we found.
I've been listening.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. So now all the names are fixed.
Yay.
So yeah, you're at a T intersection coming from the north. You're heading south to the east and west are the two directions. It looks to the west, the hallway turns southward, and to the east, you can't actually see the end from where you currently are.
Kata and India?
Sorry, what did you say?
Or if it's Kata, any idea? Because we're following her direction.
This is kind of where you got stopped. Was at the entrance to the lair. So
Okay. So.
Do I see any footprints around?
make me a survival check.
Okay.
23.
So the ground here is rock and stone, but you do kind of look around and you can see what looks like a slight trail of dirt that might have been tracked in from someone's feet going to the west. You do. It does make you pause slightly because, again, knowing Sol and Ye, this is a rookie mistake.
We're going east.
Okay.
Okay. So as you
Okay.
go east, you travel no more than about 10 feet. You can see ahead of you it is what looks like a dead end.
So you bitch.
And maybe look around for like some sort of like an indent that could lead us to like a hidden passage.
Sure, make me an investigation check.
God damn it! Oh, that's a 0.
So looking at looks like a dead end to you.
Freaking 1.
Avok just pats around the walls, like, just like.
Okay.
How
You can-
clever are we talking?
You can go ahead and make an investigation check too.
Straight roll. 4. Fuck.
It's very solid rock.
Cool.
Avok punches the wall in frustration.
You hear a slight crunching sound as your knuckles impact rock.
Oof.
You
Not enough
okay?
to do any damage, but enough to pop your knuckles.
Ouch.
So Avok, Solnier, did she have any trinkets or anything that you remember her always wearing? Or anything that she always carried with her? Something that I've seen her with? I'd like to try to track her object, perhaps.
Ah,
Clever.
Okay, well, if you don't mind, well,
Clever.
yeah, well, if you'll allow me, Jody, I guess I can come up with this one.
Sure. Go for it.
All right. Well, if she hasn't lost it, she has her necklace. I mean, if
Describe it, buddy, as much detail as you can. I got to think about it.
right, it's a simple string with a, I guess it's more of a pendant, sort of like with a, it's got like nature-esque artwork on the pendant. Um, that's all I got.
I think about it for a really long time, and then I cast that spell to hopefully find it within 1,000 feet of us.
Cool. Has to be within 1,000 feet.
Yup.
Should be no problem. So you sit there and you concentrate, and your mind starts to drift out of your body. You start going down the pathway you guys behind you. Then you turn and go down. You pass through a wall, keep going through another wall, through another wall. The world itself kind of blurs, and you see this single pinpoint of light. It is from where you're at, southeast. You can kind of just, and you see the pendant, but you can't see anything around it. You're just focused on the pendant in your mind's eye. When you open your eyes, it's almost as if you have a waypoint or something. You can see through the walls, through everything, just this pinprick of energy and light where you think this item is.
I don't know much about the spell, as I've never used it before, but I will attempt to kind of just like blindly point in the general direction, like it's that way. I hope she's with it, and I just kind of point and I follow Avok's lead.
Technically, you're pointing into this southern wall right now, but
For sure. Like it, there's got to be a way around. I hope, but I think that
Why don't
way.
we try the other path? So head back to the west path, since that was headed south.
Hang on. You're pointing to the wall.
It's in that
The other
direction.
path went that way. Let's just try this way.
No, what? Fine. Right ahead.
it was just like, don't worry, honey, we'll get there. So you guys head back, and as you look down, again, your light only travels about 30 feet bright and another 30 feet dim. So you can see about 40 feet down this tunnel, there is a darkened spot where there might be a doorway or a turn, and then the pathway continues beyond what your light illuminates. So you have a doorway to the east, about 40 feet down, and the pathway continues south beyond that.
So, which way is it pointing, Spade?
I just focus in on it again and get that weird blurry vision of just it, and then I point in the direction it is again.
Still roughly to the southeast.
I'm telling you, it's still this way.
Okay.
All right,
All right.
let's go.
So, we're going in the door, we're just going down the path. I would just go down the path, but any desire to open the door?
Yeah, let's go through the door.
I know.
So as you guys go to the south, you turn to the east. You see the path only goes for about 10 feet, and then it turns north.
Through the door or the path itself? Sorry,
There's
I'm
no
confused.
door. It's just an opening.
Oh,
So
okay. But
you-
that opening goes back to the north.
Yeah, it goes to the east 10 feet, and then it turns to the north.
Oh,
I mean, do we
yeah,
know?
It makes more sense.
Yeah, that's fine. Go backtrack towards the path. Just in the back of my mind, what do we know about the dragon? Do we know its name or anything? I never wrote it down. I don't think we got its name.
No name.
Okay.
You do know emerald dragons are not evil or good, and they like their privacy, and they enjoy traps and misdirection and things like that.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Back to
Keep
the south
going.
path.
So,
Checking for traps as we go.
Let's look for traps.
So where you are currently, you can go east or south. South is
South.
the continuation of the path you're on. East is the opening.
I mean, I've seen Sonya work also, so I don't really trust anything. Avok, which way? This way or this way? Get mad about it. Figure out which way to go.
Well, where's your imaginary
Are there any
compass?
more footsteps?
Say again, please.
Sorry, I was asking if we were still following footprints, because I know Avok had found some.
If you want to check again, Avok.
Yeah, sure. 24.
Okay. So looking down, you do see some trails of dirt that head to the south.
Let's go.
Quite a shot.
Yeah.
Okay.
This
So as you
seems
guys
to.
go south, you eventually come to the end of this hallway. It turns to the east, and you see about 10 feet down, there's a T intersection that goes north and south.
I say we keep going south.
Okay. So you go in, as you get into the T intersection to the north, you see a dead end. To the south, you see another turn that heads to the west. You guys going to continue to follow the south path?
If that's in the general vicinity of where I feel like I should point, then yeah.
Somewhat. It's gone from being to the southeast to now it's becoming a little more due east.
And now the path is going west. Should we check out the dead end then? Maybe this one goes somewhere.
I got someone.
I'm gonna, yeah, I'll go back and see if the dead end is anything.
Okay.
The,
So dead end's
the one we just.
about 10 feet away from where you are. So you go up to it, make an investigation check.
17.
So feeling around, looking for things, it's a wall. It's a really nice, solid wall, but it's a wall.
Aww.
Does it look like they were just digging and stopped at a dead end, or like it was walled off in some way?
The weird thing about this is it doesn't look dug. Like it almost looks natural, except for the fact that the walls are incredibly smooth, almost like a river rock. But it just ends.
Okay.
You do notice there's no like support beams or anything that you'd find in like a mine or anything like that, and everything around here is solid rock. There's no dirt or anything.
Feels like we're in a maze. Alright, let's keep going then.
Okay.
Do we go back to the west, I guess?
Yeah.
Right. So you guys continue down the path that goes west and then back south and then to the east and then eventually turns north, and you come to seems to be another dead end, but here you actually see this strange contraption. You're not quite sure what it is. There's a lever on it. There's quite a few gears. It seems to be very old. There's spider webs on it, and overall just looks slightly out of place.
Of all the times for a land to not be here.
I definitely go. I mean, it's technical, it's gears. I want to know what it is, and so I definitely go look at it.
Okay.
Oh, just wait a second. Just wait.
What?
Can you check it for magic first? Can you make sure there's no wards? I feel like we've been here before.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can look and see if it kind of feels magical, but I don't have a spell for that. I can do an Arcana check, but I don't actually have Detect Magic.
What do you want?
Can I see if it feels magical?
Sure. Go ahead and Arcana check it.
23.
So looking at it, it seems mechanical. Like I said before, it doesn't. It looks slightly out of place, being that everything else has been just rock. But there's no sigils on it. There's nothing on it that would indicate that it's magical in any way.
Can
Doesn't
you?
look like magic.
Okay, have fun. Can I like walk around this thing while she's looking at it?
As you get closer to it, it's kind of in the center of the hallway. It looks to be attached to the floor somehow, and there's some sort of rope that goes into the floor, but you can't really see where it goes. There's no like hole. It looks like the whatever it goes into is flush with the rope.
I want to go see if I can figure out how it works, and figure out how it works before I try and make it work.
Okay. So you see Faye just kind of wandering around it, and there's a lot of gears on this thing. It's slightly overwhelming to you because you sit there and you, having a background in magic, you're used to kind of looking at things and figuring out the magic behind them. And looking at this, there's so many pathways for the rope and so many gears. you're lost.
Tinkerer, though.
That's Fade. With Willow, you're
Oh.
a little bit more mechanically minded from being a mixologist at everything, and from building the airships. So as you look at it, it does seem to be very complex, and whatever the lever does, there's enough pulleys and gears and things like that theoretically it could lift something very heavy if that's what it's designed to do. If you want to learn more about it, make an intelligence check.
That's not flat. That is a 24.
So, looking at it, how would you like to try and figure it out?
I imagine without touching the lever right away, she's kind of following the path of the rope and figuring out, like, if this gear turned a little, how would it move the rest of it, and where does it look like it's going, that sort of thing.
So as you get close to it, you notice a slight breeze, almost undetectable if it wasn't for the fact that you were focusing so closely on this. And you start just following one of the many ropes that make up this device. As you kind of follow it, it goes into the device, and you kind of lose it for a second. You find a place where it comes out, and you follow it again. You just keep following it and looking at gears and things like that. And the more you look at it, the more confused you are. There seems to be kind of pointless redundancies built into this. Like the rope will go over it the same path multiple times, or it'll use the same gear 3 or 4 times. It doesn't make sense. And as you go, you feel that breeze again, and you look, and it doesn't quite make sense at first, because you feel the breeze, but you notice the webs on this thing aren't moving with the breeze. And suddenly, as you're doing that, one of the gears jumps out and latches to your face.
Awesome.
Oh, great.
And does
Cool.
a 23 hit your armor class?
Dear God.
I tried to deflect
It's
the
more than
attack
doubled.
Okay. Fate, go ahead and make your roll.
because this is what I have to do these days. I gets me +8 on a d20. I do a bad job.
Okay. So, remind me, if you fail, nothing happens, right? Okay. So Willow, as you're looking there, this gear just comes out and just latches itself to your face. Fade, as you see it, you see it just a split second too late, and you try to dive in the way, and it just gets her, and you watch it just launch her backwards and slam her in head into the back wall, doing math is hard. 8 points of bludgeoning damage as it just smacks you. And as you sit there and you missed it, the lever itself flies towards you, Fade, and tries to hit you.
I yell at Avok, smash!
Uh-oh.
With a 19 to hit.
That'll hit. Oh no, I will shield with my wizard powers.
Okay. So as you're sitting there and you see the lever coming at you, you raise your hand and this shimmering field of energy goes and it blacks off. Willow, you can't breathe because whatever this is, the gear has morphed and changed shape and it's completely covered your face.
It hits me. I can't shield. I just did my reaction.
Oh yeah. So
That's okay.
So it hits.
gonna do 11 points of damage.
Yep.
And it grabs onto your gauntlet and is now adhered to your gauntlet arm. And I'd like everyone to roll for initiative.
Oh my god, what?
I love this. Great.
It's a very good start.
Oh, even better.
It's the first time you guys have actually had like a dungeon to crawl through.
It's great. It's great.
Can I save this roll for my first attack?
No.
Okay.
All right, Fabe, what you got?
23.
All right, Kata.
Also 23, but I'll let Fade go ahead of me.
Okay. Avok
12.
and Willow. 1.
It's like 1.
Yep. Yep. Well, I mean, I can't breathe. It's stuck to my face.
Yep.
You know.
So Fade, you're up first. You are grappled and restrained currently, as it has your gauntlet just completely gummed up. And as you're sitting there, you see a few of the gears start to elongate and become more pointed. Suddenly, there's a mouth in front of you.
I am very interested in Misty stepping the fuck out of this thing.
Okay. Yeah, you have no problem. Just you sit there, you concentrate for a second, and then you guys see just a cloud of smoke, and then Fade is behind Kata and Avok.
I feel as though, now when you say it elongates like teeth and there's a mouth,
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
so it looks like it's a creature that's trying to eat my hand. I'm going to shoot it with fire, or at least attempt to.
Fire's good.
Kill it with fire.
16 to hit, please.
16 does hit.
Then I will present to you 23 points of fire damage from a firebolt.
Yeah.
And say, bad gears.
If
What
Willow
was it?
could
You
see
said
that, she would be
23.
proud.
23, yes. And that will, of course, end my turn. I would have liked to have Misty stepped over near Willow, I assume.
Technically, you guys were right next to each other because you had to be. And you're in a 5-foot wide hallway, so the only place you could Misty step was behind Avok and Kata.
So be it.
Yeah, it's very, very cramped quarters right now. Next up is Kata.
Okay.
The creature itself, you can see Willow is like just trying to rip at this creature and is flailing as she's pinned against the wall. And after the firebolt hit it, it kind of cried out at this weird, unearthly screeching sound. And you see the gears themselves like moving and changing and things. And you watch as this large toothed maw just slowly moves itself around the body in your direction.
The
Okay.
gear on my face still attached?
Yes.
Okay, good to know.
I turn to an Earth Elemental, and
You're a
This is gonna
little bit tight because you're in like a 5-foot by 10-foot hallway.
oh shit!
You can you'll have no problem. You'll just like fill the entire hallway.
Would I still have enough room to attack?
Yep.
Uh,
And it's rock all around you, so you can, as an earth elemental, you can go into the rock.
oh, okay. I'll transform and I'll do 2 punches at the creature.
Okay.
Alright,
Go ahead and make your attack rolls.
okay. Having trouble concentrating because there's talking in our store. Come on. Until natural 20.
All right. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, so
You guys watch as Kata just gets larger and larger. You see her make this massive rock fist and just go and slam down on the creature. And the gears, instead of like snapping and breaking like you think they should, the whole thing kind of squashes like Play-Doh.
16. So that's 21 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, hold on a second. It does not look thrilled with you. As you try to lift your hand up, the tendrils from this mass of something leap up and just start wrapping around your arm, and I need a strength saving throw.
Okay. 23.
Okay, as you sit there, you're having a hard time getting your fist out, but you suddenly just and you kind of rip it out, and you are not grappled by the creature.
Okay, now let's attack again.
Okay.
$25.
Another hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Right.
And your attacks are all magical, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
This isn't considered a structure, is it?
No, it's a creature.
Okay. Yeah.
It looked like a structure, but it
Yeah.
wasn't.
Okay. So that's 18 more points of bludgeoning.
All right. It's looking real rough. I need another strength saving throw.
Okay. 12.
Okay. This time, as you punch into it, the tendrils wrap around you, and you can't get your arm away. You are now grappled and restrained.
Okay. Could I still try to go into the rock wall, try to get it off that way?
Unfortunately, your movement speed is 0 while
Ugh,
you're grappled. So
damn it.
you can
Yeah.
try shifting into the wall, but it's got such a hold on you, you just can't.
Damn. I guess that's my turn then.
Okay, Avok, there is a giant wall of rock in front of you.
Alright, and Willow is like next to me, not breathing.
Willow's on the other side of the earth elemental. You can't really see her because there's a giant earth elemental in the way.
Okay. So I have a giant earth elemental in my way. That means I can't get past it to do anything.
Sorry.
Something's small. You could try to attack through it. Probably not with your great axe, but if you wanted to try and reach your hand through and like scrape it with your spikes or something, you could make an attack with disadvantage.
Yeah, that seems to be my option. So, okay. So yeah, Avok's gonna rage and spike up.
Okay. You guys watch as Ravok or hear Avok let out this unholy roar. You watch as these spikes shoot out of his arms and his back.
We need to get used to that. Oh, fuck. Okay. Can't tell you. Too fucking big. Okay, and I'm just gonna roll disadvantage to attack, I guess.
Okay. Did you want to what you call it? Reckless?
Actually, you know what? Yeah, thank you for the reminder. Keep forgetting that's there. So yeah, I'll just do a straight roll.
Okay. So you watch as Avok just like launches his arm in between your arm and leg on the left side. Kata he just reaches through and tries to grab this thing with more spikes just coming out of his hand and his arm.
Just give me 1 second. Yeah, I thought I had this thing on here.
Just make a strength-based attack roll with proficiency.
Gotcha. So, yeah. 23.
Definitely a hit. I think your spikes are currently a D4, is it, or a D6?
Yeah, I was trying to get the description for that. I thought I put it on D&D Beyond.
Go ahead and treat it as a D4 right now, and I'll look it up real quick.
Plus my strength.
Yep, and your rage.
Yeah. Well, yeah, yes. What is my range right now? 3. Okay. 8 points of damage.
Hold on just 1 second. I'm sorry, what was it?
8 points of damage.
Okay. The creature looks less than thrilled as you sit there and you actually rip out parts of its skin in that. I need a strength saving throw.
Okay. That's 26.
Yeah, you feel it start latching onto you and just rip it out.
Ugh, the fuck off. Alright, and then I will attack again with Reckless.
It's a D6, sorry.
Yeah, I just found it too.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine. Alright, so. That's probably not going to hit. Shit. 3 plus 12. 12 to hit.
As you reach forward, you're not able to quite get around Kata's massive earth elemental form. You just barely miss. Anything else you want to do?
Just yell at Kata, "You're in my way!"
Okay. It is the creature's turn. It's going to try to bite onto you, Willow. Be a 25.
Oh god.
Yeah, that hits.
21 points of piercing damage as it bites into you. And then it's going to try and slam Kata against the wall. Wow, that sucked. How does a 12 sound?
That doesn't hit.
So you feel it trying to kind of throw you into the wall, and you just sit there and just look at it incredulously. Willow, you're up. You are,
So is
because
it
it's on
still
your
covering
face, you
my
are
face?
currently blind and technically suffocated.
So I cannot speak.
Cannot speak unless you can use your action to try and break free of it.
But like I can't cast a spell until I
No,
get it off my face.
you're blind and silenced basically. So
Cool. Well, with her strength of 10, she's going to try and pull it off her face.
okay, go ahead and just make me a strength athletics check.
It makes no difference. But that's a natural 20.
So you're sitting there and you're really not enjoying this thing. So you just and now you can see that the thing is kind of devolved into just a swarm of tentacles and a giant mouth that you can see dripping with your own blood. And you can see Kata's elemental form literally right next to you. But unfortunately, it's blocking off the rest of the cave.
I'm assuming that was my action.
That was your action. You still have a movement and a bonus action if you want.
Can I try and... Well, I move away from it. She's going to try and hit me again.
You also have a
So
giant rock creature in the way.
Yeah. Okay. Then as a bonus action, I am going to cast Dragon's Breath on myself.
Nice.
What is dragon's breath? I'm actually.
I have now given myself...
That's an Xanathar spell.
What's it?
I learned
I
it.
don't have Xanathar's near enough to me. Just real quick, what's it do?
It's touch based. I basically get a breath weapon kind of thing, and I'm choosing cold.
So, in my mind, you're taking out a concoction you've made and drinking it.
It's a hot pepper, but yeah, we'll go with that. I like that more.
All right. So that ends your turn. Goes back up to Fade.
I would like to rage.
Okay. You hear Fade just let out this unholy scream. Doesn't seem to have the same effect as Avox, though.
I would like to cast
Does
a spell.
clear out your sinuses, though.
Fantastic. That's something. Oh, it's been a while since I've tried this. I'm going to try to banish the thing on Willow's face.
It is no longer
It's not on my face anymore.
I'm going to try
it's
to
all
banish the
one thing.
thing that's on the ground.
Okay. You're having a hard time seeing it because of the rock creature in the way. So I'm going to have you actually make me a perception check with disadvantage to see if you can see enough of it to focus and cast this spell on it.
Sure. I have plus 1,000,000,000 to that, but disadvantage equals 20.
Yeah, you kind of have to lie on the ground to see through between Kata's legs. But you find it.
Oh man, you know what? I guess can I say when I go to the ground and see it, do I see Willow fighting the thing, like ripping it off and throwing it? All right, I'm just gonna do a first level healing word at her instead. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
I do that instead, which gets a whopping 9 points of healing to the little one.
So Willow, you feel some of your wounds closing. Anything else?
That's it.
Kata.
Okay. I had to try to get this thing off me.
You have one fist free right now, so if you
Oh,
want to just
uh,
punch it.
yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
Okay. So that's a 27.
Definitely hits.
16 points of bludgeoning.
All right. How do you want to do this?
Let's try to pound it back into the dirt.
Okay. So as you're sitting there and one of your arms is caught up in it, and you see Willow back there, and she's got holes in her leg. You just get angry. You slam it once, and you see it start to kind of wither. You slam it again and again and again and again, and eventually you just beat it into a pulp. And it slowly kind of recedes and kind of melts into just a pile of nothingness with a mouth.
After that, she kind of feels a bump on her underside and realizes, oh, Fig's under me. I transfer back.
Okay.
Hey, land on him. Oops. Sorry, guys.
Willow looks at the thing and kind of exhales angrily, and because this is still going, some icy smoke kind of comes out.
You see just the slightest bit of flame.
Yep. Well, that wasn't a cool thing.
And Spike feedback and Davok. Okay.
Willow kind of breathes out on it purely because she didn't get to in the fight. Is a little annoyed at it, and so it crystallizes a little bit. Yeah. So its dead veins are a little bit frozen. Well, that was fun. I guess it's not this way.
I mean, what does that do?
What?
Like, what does that stupid thing do? What was it supposed to do?
Trick people? I don't think it did anything. It was all just a fake.
Yeah,
It just looked like a cool thing.
there's no more ropes or anything like that. It's just an amorphous kind of blob monster with a mouth.
I mean, that's disappointing.
Yeah.
I don't know about this dragon anymore, you guys.
We don't need allies like that.
All right, let's just.
Thought I was gonna open a door. It wasn't a breeze, it was just breathing. Damn it. And she starts walking away.
Avok goes to Katsa. For future reference, when we're in this tight of a space, try to hold off on the big rock thing.
Sorry.
That's okay. I mean, you did good, but I don't like feeling useless. Just let's leave it at that.
Willow has started to walk back because she realizes the light is still in this room and she doesn't have the light, so she's now waited. So, I guess we keep going. This is a dead end.
I mean, I feel as though my spell's probably over at this point, but we kind of knew
It lasts for
where we're
what,
heading.
10 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah, that combat was what? Two rounds at 6 seconds apiece?
That was 12 seconds.
So you still
Yeah, it's fine.
probably got a good like 6 or 7 minutes on it.
I point in a direction and say, that way.
Almost due east.
But there wasn't another path that way.
No path that way.
I wonder. Oh, that's too bad.
I mean-
Katsu's not a rock anymore. Just told her to go that way. Go see where what's her face is. Note to self: tell her that before.
I'm stupid.
Didn't tell you.
Okay. Well, I guess we go back to the opening that we skipped before.
Super
There
awesome.
haven't been any other paths. Yeah. Cool. Let's go there.
All right. So you head back, and you go back there, and you head north, and then you get to a hallway that you can see actually two exits going south. One goes south about 20 feet and then turns to the west. The other one, there is a door.
I like doors. I'm just saying. I go touch the
I don't
door.
know. This one might try to eat me too, so why don't you touch it?
I go touch the door.
It looks slightly out of place here. It's a wooden door, pretty solid. Hasn't attacked you yet.
Well, that's fantastic. I mean, that's progress. I'm touching the thing and it's not eating us. I try to open said door.
Okay. It's locked.
I say the door is locked.
Would you like me to break down the door?
I mean,
Uh,
can we do it quieter than that?
will you have anything?
I
I
mean,
mean, I have my tinkering tools. We could try. I don't really know how to pick locks, but we could try.
a lock is
I
a lock,
tried.
right?
Okay.
Give it a shot.
Go ahead and make me a dexterity check using your tinkering tools with disadvantage. Since they're not
Oh, goody.
really designed to do that.
9.
So as you're sitting there and you're trying to come up with something to work, you hear a tsk, and you take out and you've broken one of your probes for your tinkering tool.
She casts mending on it and then puts it back in her pocket.
Avok, just one more second. Let me try one more thing. And I put my glove up to it and I put a claw through the thing and just start trying to just.
All right, make me an athletics check.
Oh, I'm gonna break my wrist. Son of a bitch. That becomes a 12.
So as you're sitting there, you're like, you hear this. You take your claw out. Claw's fine.
Is the door still locked?
You try it. Yeah. You think you may have broken the lock.
Sorry to make you wait. I mean, this door does have your name on it as I scratch Avok into the door.
Ava
And
came
get the hell out of his way.
Yeah, I'm kicking the door.
Okay, make me a strength athletics check.
No problem. That's a 26.
So you just kind of walk up, kick the door, flies off its hinges.
Well, that was easy.
You look and
What's inside?
you see a room with a 30-foot high ceiling, much higher than than the hallway you've been in, and you now realize you guys must have been on a slight decline the entire time you've been in here, because you shouldn't be able to have a 30-foot high ceiling. So you now realize you're a little deeper than you were before, and go ahead and Avok, make me a perception check.
Mm-hmm. That's my perception. Okay. 8.
Okay. Yeah, it's a big old room. It's actually a little bit larger than your light can fully illuminate. But you do see at the very edge of the darkness, you do see corners. It looks like it's about 50 feet by 25 feet. And again, the roof is about 30 feet high.
It's a room.
It's a very big room.
Yeah. I don't like it.
You could fit a dragon in this room.
I don't think a dragon would want to be in a boring room like this.
It's big enough to contain one.
Well, sure, but I mean, this just seems so trappy.
Mm,
Hmm. So are we going in, or are we? I don't know. Can we see the other side? Or no, you said it's past our light.
You can see the far side, which is only about 20 feet away. But you guys are basically on the west wall. The east wall of the room is just barely at the very edge of your light. But you guys are technically in the doorway right now, so you can't really see most of the room.
Do we see doorways across the way, or is it too far?
From where you're standing now, you don't see any exits from the room.
Okay. Cool.
Does my fun little compass work at the moment still, or no?
Yep.
I
Again,
point in a direction.
You're pointing at the southwest corner of the room, or southeast corner of the room.
I drop that spell to cast light on a pebble and throw it into the room.
Okay, it illuminates the room. Your big issue right now is you can't see basically anything on the north wall because you are in the hallway still. You're not in the room yet.
I look at the floor and then I step.
Sorry, you skipped a second there. Say again.
I'd like to look at the floor
Okay.
and test it with my foot just inside the room. And if it doesn't make any weird noises or move, I'll walk in.
The floor explodes. No, it seems very floor-like.
I love floors, but I hate doors, and I walk in.
Okay. So you look around. You do see about 10 feet away. There's another door, and then about 20 feet further along the north wall, there is an archway.
I pick up my rock that's glowing.
Okay, so now you're in the center of the room.
Yup.
Is anyone else going with him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you guys step in behind Fade goes to the center of the room, and as you pick up the pebble, you suddenly feel your stomach lurch. And I'd like everyone to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Yes.
Oh no. Oh no.
Thank you. Yeah. No. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, this is going to be good for me.
All right, start with Fade.
12.
Okay. Kata.
13.
Okay. Avok.
6.
Okay.
Yes.
Willow.
Yes.
As you're all sitting there, you feel your stomach lurch, and it seems like the room almost flips, and you start rushing towards the ceiling. As you get close to the ceiling, you notice there are these tiny little holes, and as you get closer, little spikes come out of them,
Oh, no, 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 no!
and you all take. I have to do math. 11 points of bludgeoning damage plus.
Oh, that's
Yeah, it's not. It's only a 30-foot drop, so. Plus 6 points of piercing damage as you hit the roof.
17 points total. Okay, then.
And as you're sitting there trying to get your head around everything, suddenly gravity goes back to normal. You fall again.
Can I?
Go ahead.
Okay, we probably don't have time to do anything.
You have enough time to a single reaction. What did you want to do?
I can cast polymorph at will once a day, and I want to become a giant eagle
Oh.
and not fall. And I probably don't have time to catch anybody, but I would like
I'll
to
say
not
you
fall.
can save yourself. I will make you make just a straight intelligence check because gravity changing makes it difficult to fly. So you have to. You can
Sure.
polymorph, but you'll have to make an intelligence save to not hit the ground.
Do it.
That is a 23.
Okay. So you kind of right yourself and you stop just before the ground. Does anyone else want to try a reaction really quickly?
Do I have one?
Whatever you think of. If not, I rolled once.
I cry.
I mean, Avok will rage and spike up. Maybe that'll help mitigate this in some way. This is just.
All right, so the rest of you guys take 13 bludgeoning damage as you hit the ground again. Avok, half that.
Mm-hmm. Half of that is 6 or. So,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
thank you.
It's always round down.
Yep.
Uh,
Okay.
As soon as I hit the
So-
ground, I get up and try to run.
You run.
Willow's gonna. I was gonna say Willow's gonna stay as an eagle until we get out of this room, and is going to try and hover above just in case it switches again to try and catch anybody.
It is very difficult since eagles have to kind of fly. They don't really hover.
I mean, like flying, but just above them.
With how low the clearance is here, it is very difficult for you to do, but you are able to do it.
Okay.
You don't think you'd be able to do it for the entirety of the polymorph, though.
Sure.
So what do the rest of you guys want to do?
Dispel magic.
Okay. So as you sit there, you kind of feel the trap itself is kind of expended, but it's the underlying magic is still there, and you can kind of feel it as you reach out, and you kind of just sever the connection that the magic has with the room, and it just dissipates.
Oh, wow. I didn't have to roll?
Nah, it's just a trap. I'm not gonna make you. You're not technically fighting a wizard or anything. You're disarming a trap. The dispel
Okay.
magic's a high level spell that you can just do, and it's the trap's broke now. Well, not broke, but it's expended. So
So when we flew up initially into the
Mhm.
spikes in the ceiling,
Mhm.
we just kind of like went straight up, like our heads hit first, right? Like our
kind
heads
of.
hit the spikes. All right. So I'm gonna put my hand over the hole in my head and heal myself to try to close up that hole.
All right.
For a whopping 8 points.
Evac retracts the spikes sound back into his body.
You notice when you get up, you left indents on the floor from where your spikes hit.
All right. You show that for a big guy.
I knew it was a trap. Just... Why do we just not leave these things?
So the big archway that I ran to.
Yep.
Can I throw my rock in that room too?
It's not a room. It's another hallway.
Oh no. Not a hallway.
So now that you can see the full room, you have the door that you came in from, which is in the northwest corner. Along the north wall, there's two other exits. The first one is about 10 feet to the west, and it's just another door. And then about 20 feet further west from that is this archway that opens to a hallway.
I try to figure out which direction we were supposed to go, which way is southeast from this spot.
It's the southeast corner. So all the doors are to the north.
I am very interested in not talking to this dragon anymore.
Willow
I
reverts back.
I would like to yell at the top of my lungs, "Hey, Mr. Mrs. Dragon!
Hey,
Where are you?"
guys?
It knows we're coming.
And it likes playing games.
Yeah, I'm talking to him. Maybe he'll try to taunt me.
Wait. Minute. 2 minutes.
All right, this is ridiculous. I pop out my bird next to Willow. It tells her that I love you, and then I send it down the fucking hallway, like 50 or 60 feet, and then bring it right back.
Okay, so the hallway kind of twists and turns. Immediately goes to the east and then north. Then there's a T with the west going to a dead end. Then it goes east, south, and then opens up to another even larger room.
I say, hey, there's another room for us to get hurt in this way. And then the raven comes back to me, and it tells me that it loves me, and then I go towards that room.
Okay. So the room itself is 55 by 45 feet. As you stand in the archway leading into it, you notice immediately to your right, there is a door. On the opposite side of the room, just at the very edge of your vision, there are two doors, one on the southern wall, one on the eastern wall. Going further up, there is an archway on the about halfway on the eastern wall, and the very, very edge of your vision, there's another door in the northeast corner of the room. As you look around the room itself, you can see piles of scraps. It looks like there's pieces of wood and metal. You see what looks like maybe discarded pieces of armor, just in various piles around the room. And there's this kind of musty smell to it.
Let's not touch anything.
I'm fine. It's not fun.
Neither were the spikes.
Let
Which
not
door are we going to go through?
killed like you did last time.
This place sucks. So, 4 doors.
I don't like doors. Like, I thought I loved doors, but doors are not being helpful right now. So I propose we not use a door.
Saying the doors have not quite lived up to your expectation?
Yeah, like each door seems to not just be bad.
Yep. Well,
Kitty's
there's
last
an archway.
Kitty's very first character feels a chill run down her scaly spine. Think you fell, huh?
Well, why don't we send a bird down the hallway again? Why not? I mean, I've had shit luck with the hawk, but we're gonna try it again.
See, the thing is,
Mhm.
I had a friend made out of bones some time ago before we met you. And I did this
No,
with
I
him.
remember.
And then he became not so much alive anymore and
Wasn't
more like
alive in
powder.
the first place.
I'm not going to debate that with you. He was alive.
Johnny 5 is alive. So what do you want to do? As far as exits from here, there's only one open exit. All the rest are doors.
Yeah, I was gonna send my hawk through the archway.
Okay. Does your
Might as well.
hawk have dark vision?
Nope. So I was gonna ask if it could hold the pebble with light.
Fine, take the pebble, you silly hawk, you.
Okay.
Go, live, be free.
So it goes into the archway, and the archway basically, the hallway next to it is another T intersection where it goes to a dead end to the east, and to the south it goes to the other side of the door on the southern end of the east wall.
So it connects back around one of the doors in this room. Okay. So I point out which one that is, so we don't need to go that way.
Yep.
I'm crossing that off my little diagram here. And we got, what, 3 more?
You've
Doors?
got 2 doors on the southern wall, one in the west corner, one in the east corner, and then 1 door left on the eastern wall in the northeast corner.
There are more doors than I thought that there were originally. Cool.
They're spawning more doors.
Suddenly, a door appears in front of you. It
Well,
flicks you
let's
off
pick one.
and disappears.
Told you.
I vote
Doors are dicks.
we don't touch any of these things. And we follow the edge of the room and we go towards something into the southeast.
That sounds like an actual plan. I'm down.
Cool. Let's
Right, so you have a door literally right to the right of you when you enter the room. Do you want to go there, or do you want to go to the other one in the south wall?
Oh, wait, okay.
So you guys are entering from the...
What direction are we facing?
You are facing east. You're in the southeast
Ah.
corner of the room.
We are in the southeast corner of the room?
Southwest. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Southwest. You're looking east, southwest. You're coming at the door that you're coming in is on the east wall or the west wall.
The west wall.
And on the southern wall, right to your right when you come in is a
There's
door.
one right there.
And then at the
There's
exact
then one across
opposite end
the
of the
east.
room, there's another. I don't know why you guys
Got
can't
it.
just
Okay.
look at the map I haven't given you.
There was a map.
I have a map for this.
Yeah.
You guys don't have access to it. It makes it significantly
let's just-
easier for me to have a physical map.
For me to poop on.
Oh, I'm sure. Well,
Easier for the rest.
I'm gonna try this first door. I'm trying to stay to the outside of the room and not touch and disturb anything. And just go for that south door right there, just to start.
As you go, you eventually come to a small pile of looks like papers and wood. Almost almost as if like a desk had collapsed there, but it does completely block your way.
Well, then I'm just gonna cast Mage Hand and see if I can open the door.
The door is locked.
Oh, a locked door. I know what happens next.
I know. Well, I'm gonna move the Mage Hand down and just have it try the next door, just in case. Is that also locked? The one across to the east?
Hold please. Yeah, the one that you already know what's on the other side is locked as well.
Oh, but that's that one. Okay.
Yep.
So then I'm not worried about that one.
The only
Okay,
other
well,
door is at the northeast corner on the east wall.
Got it. Okay.
Is it a wooden door?
Well, I think this is one we run.
Yes, these are all wooden.
Wanna light it on fire?
It's the tried and true method that's got us into and out of every bad thing that's ever happened.
Yep. Well,
Continue.
do you want to do the honors or should I?
Oh, no, please. I wouldn't dream of it.
Okay. She takes a step back and casts Firebolt at the door.
That's the one in the
The south.
southeast corner.
Yeah. I thought you said it was south, but that's fine.
Yeah, it's on the south wall. It's just there's two doors in the south wall. So remember, there was the one that was right next to you when you came in.
Right.
That's not
Yeah.
the one.
And then you said the next one was the one that connected to my other path. Because I checked
Yeah,
the next
there's actually in the southeast corner. There's two doors. There's one in the east wall, which connects to the archway, and then there's one on the
Sure.
south wall. So that one
So
on the
there's
south
two
wall.
on the south wall.
Okay, cool. Make an
Okay.
attack roll. My cat is outside crying.
Sorry, that's a 28.
Oh.
That definitely hits roll damage. She doesn't like closed doors.
Aw, kitty.
However, if I open the door to my room, she refuses to come in.
Typical cat.
She just doesn't like that there's a closed door.
Let me in, let me in. Open the door. Let me out, let me out.
Of course.
Because cats.
Yep. What did I just do? 1d10. That's a 2. So 2 points of damage.
Should be 3d10.
Oh, wait. Oh, sorry. 3d10, yeah.
Seriously.
Well, it's 9. 9 points of damage.
So you sit there and you cast the bolt of fire. It scorches the door, burns it a little bit. The door's still there. Looks weaker than it was before.
Yep. I could do it again. Unless someone else wanted to hit it. Nope, then I'm just going to do it again if no one else is.
Go for
Let's do it together.
Okay.
We shoot fire at the door till it blows up.
Well, that is a 28 again for me.
Okay. Fade, you can make your attack roll as well.
14.
Remarkably enough, hitting a door, not that difficult. Roll damage.
And more.
14.
All right, you guys immolate the door.
Oh, I love the
Now
smell.
a pile of ash and charcoal where the door used to be.
Stupid door.
Cool.
Doors.
It's behind the door.
There is a hallway going to the south.
Okay. I send my hawk with the stone again. And see what happens.
It flies to the south about 35 feet. Hallway turns to the west, goes 10 feet, and reaches a dead end.
Oh, that's nothing. Let's try the next one.
Okay.
Rock, you want to break this one?
Yeah. What is this? Athletics or?
Yes, strength, athletics.
Okay, so 21.
The locking mechanism breaks as you smash the door open. Behind it, another hallway. This one goes about 20 feet, ends in a dead end, and then there's a pathway to the south that goes south 10 feet, then east. Then you can't see further than that.
I know where we need to go, right?
I assume so. But I'm going to send the bird first.
Okay. As the bird scouts a little bit, the hallway goes south, east, north, east, south, west, south, east, comes to a T intersection that goes north in one direction, east in another.
Okay. That's cool. Well, I think we go that way.
Okay.
Okay.
As you descend further into this labyrinth of mazes and doors, that is where we're going to end it for tonight. So thank you to everyone that tuned in. If you missed any of the episode, I do put them up on my YouTube channels, youtube.com/trainerjody. Check them out. Otherwise, I run D&D games every Wednesday here, so feel free to follow and subscribe if you like. And I also have a game I run every other Wednesday on Zelda Universe's Twitch channel, which is a Zelda RPG. So anyway, that's all for me now. See you guys next time. All right? Bye-bye.
Bye.